can't get it done anyway. They can't get anything done. It's the backup that we have to
Would please stand when we pledge allegiance? Thank you. He's coming around. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. While we're standing, if you don't mind, I'd like to take a moment of silence. Tammy and Chris Dable. Tammy Dable is our principal at Morgan Elementary. Her husband passed away recently here.
Board meeting, February regular meeting is called to order at 7:06 p.m. by Mrs. Allen. Thank you. It is recommended that the agenda for the February 10th, 2022 regular meeting be approved as presented with additions, corrections, or deletions as recommended by the board.
Madam President, we have a few corrections here on item 21010 under appointments. That should be Rob Wool instead of Bud Wool. On item 6, on Harley Tino, he is a varsity baseball facilitator. Number 10, that should be Jada. Jada. Jada King Hayes at the Harley. Number 6 is a varsity baseball facilitator. Just moving on.
And there are no late items.
No, ma'am. No late.
May I have a motion to adopt the agenda with the corrections that were just made?
I'll make a motion.
Motion is made by Mr. Engel. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Mrs. Gunter. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion passes 5-0. It is recommended that the minutes from the January 13th, 2022 executive session and regular meeting be approved as presented. Are there any questions on this? May I then have a motion for approval of the minutes?
I'll make the motion.
Motion is made by Mr. Stroud. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Mr. Hanger. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is granted 5-0.
Under business office recommendations, approval of claims, recommended claim numbers 28 through 124 being approved as presented.
Are there any questions on these claims? May I have a motion to approve the claims?
I'll make that motion.
Motion is made by Mr. Hanger. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Mr. Engel. All those for, please say aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion passes 5-0.
Approval of payrolls, recommended the regular payrolls for February 18 and March 4th. February 18, 2022 and March 4th, 2022 being approved today.
Any questions on these payroll approvals? If not, may I have a motion for approval of payrolls?
I'll make that motion.
Motion is made by Mrs. Gunter. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Mr. Stroud. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0.
Bank reconciliation is recommended that the bank reconciliation for January 31, 2022 be approved as presented.
May I have a motion to approve the bank reconciliation?
I'll make the motion.
Motion is made by Mr. Stroud. May I have a second? Seconded by Mr. Hanger. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0.
Madam President, we do not have any presentations at this time.
Okay, is there any participation at the school board meeting? Public comments on agenda items only may step to the podium.
Under personnel, resignations and retirements, this painting a little bit. Robert Austin, North Harrison High School, retirement effective at the end of the 21-22 school year, and then Rick Gunter, North Harrison High School teacher, retirement effective at the end of the 21-22 school year.
Do we want to do questions and comments now or later?
Do that.
Okay. May I have a motion?
I will most definitely make that motion.
Motion is made by Mrs. Gunter. May I have a second?
I reluctantly second.
Thank you. Seconded by Mr. Engel. Any questions or comments on this?
I would like to make a comment.
I'm very happy for Mr. Gunter. I think a lot of him has been amazing. He is true blue. He is true blue. And I envy him because he's getting out of the workforce, and hopefully he'll be doing some gardening and stuff along that line. Maybe honey-do less follow you around the house with a clipboard and a pen.
It'll be the other way around. All the other way around.
Congratulations to your family.
I'd like to make a comment too. Since years and years ago, when I was working here temporarily for another teacher who was ill, these two people were in my classes. And it makes me feel really, really old now to realize that they're old enough to retire. But I'm happy for them, and it's really easy after you retire. You can go to the grocery store. Remember that, Chris. Make sure he goes to the grocery store whenever he wants and pick up the groceries. So, may I have a motion to accept these retirements? Oh, we have the motion. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0.
Under appointments, Marcus Berger, North Harrison High School volunteer baseball assistant, effective February 10, 2022. Bill Boyer, North Harrison High School baseball volunteer assistant, effective February 10, 2022. Rob Wool, North Harrison High School volunteer baseball assistant, effective February 10, 2022. Bud Dykes, North Harrison High School JV baseball coach, effective February 10, 2022. Brad Tucker, North Harrison High School varsity baseball assistant, split pay, effective February 10, 2022. Harley Jones, North Harrison High School varsity baseball facilitator, split pay, effective February 10, 2022. Chris Druckenmiller, North Harrison High School JV softball coach, effective February 10, 2022. Jennifer Hess, North Harrison High School summer and fall soccer coach, effective February 10, 2022. Jeff Ballmer, North Harrison boys varsity track coach, effective February 10, 2022. Jacob Payton, North Harrison High School varsity softball assistant, effective March 21, 2022. Sophia Stuffle, North Harrison High School drama assistant volunteer, effective February 10, 2022. And Sherry Caudell, North Harrison High School custodian, effective January 6, 2022.
May I have a motion to accept these appointments?
I'll make the motion.
Motion is made by Mr. Stroud. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Mrs. Gunter. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion passes 5-0.
And I'm sorry, just for clarification, can you explain why Arlington Home is a baseball facilitator
Yes.
instead of an assistant coach?
Our facilitators are under age 21, so our facilitators are not in situations where they drive our mid-buses, nor are they in situations where they are they're the only person in charge of direct supervision of students. Now, this individual's just not too far off from his 21st, but given his age range, that's where we are.
Thank you.
And we've had them in a variety of other sports over the years, but not generally baseball. Under items, it's recommended that the board approve the following Neola updates. Now, these are policies we already have in place. These are just the updates per federal and state statutory guidance done for Neola. And just so you know, Neola stands for Northeast Ohio Law Legal Agency. I'll just make it up. Legal Agency. But it's an interesting group that provides more documents and updates to rural districts throughout the street, and 90%, 95% of the schools and districts in the state of Indiana make use of the old policy. Let's recommend the board approve following the updates: 0100, 0112, 0142, 0142.1, 0164.4, 0164.5, 0164.6, 0165, 0167.1, 0167.3, 1422, 1422.02, 1520, 1623, 1662, 2260, 2260.01, 2262, 2370.103, 2370.105, 3120, 3120.08, 3120.11, 3122, 3122.02, 3123, 3132.14, 3362, 4120.08, 4122, 4122.02, 4123, 4214, 4362, 5340.01, 5517, 5540, 5722. And if I know how it was going to go, I just said those numbers listed below. Bingo. Bingo.
But you got them all in, and that's good. May I have a motion to accept the Neola updates? Motion is made by Mr. Engel. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Mr. Stroud. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0.
Madam President, can I have some discussion? I'll go ahead and I'll do my superintendent comments / informational items as additional follow-up information. I know all these students were here for last month's browsing budget technology, not only is it devices, but in terms of hardware, it's also software. It's also upgrades to the infrastructure of the building in terms of Wi-Fi, hotspots, exterior hotspots, so people can come into the parking lot, make use of our technology, and that sort of thing. So in the ESSER 3, where we have $1.9 million, we spent $81,603 in salaries, a little over $13,600 in benefits. We've also hired additional nurses and health office staff for $22,000 in salary and $70,000 in benefits. Technology, this one's down to $318,000, because we kind of made that leapfrog forward. We've done some additional professional development out of these monies of $55,000. We've done some building improvements at $49,700. COVID supplies were $7,100. So we have spent of that $1.9 million, $555,000. But of that remaining money, the $1.4 million roughly, that has to carry us through the balance of this year, all of next year, and then it can be extended out until September of 2024. So we have to be careful. We want to make sure that the commitments we make in doing this in terms of learning loss and that kind of thing, these are commitments we want to make in the short term, but we also, as Mr. Zink and the teachers and I have discussed exhaustively, make sure that we have a situation that is sustainable, so that when this money goes away, that we have the funds and we have the infrastructure in place financially to carry on those programs going forward. So we have hired additional staff, assistants. Every building has additional staff that have been purchased, that have been funded, make sure that's funded through the CARES Act. And then going forward, I foresee similar expenses in terms of salaries. We will be funding summer school these next 2 summers. That's the plan at this point, at least. We may not be able to do the full. The transportation was very challenging last summer, trying to run all our routes. Basically, had to run every mile of our corporation with fewer buses. So we're going to have to work out the transportation for next summer. We were excited about summer school, but we didn't call it a success. But these are the areas. We in total got a little over $3 million between CARES and ESSER 2 and ESSER 3. By comparison, the Salem School District, we know this is Governor Sherwood's got a little over $4 million. South Harrison got a little over $5 million. I know Crawford got a considerable amount more than we did. Our money was determined through a formula set forward by the state in conjunction with the federal government. It actually was funneled through our Title I process, because that was the only real means they had to send money to the schools at that time. So, last month we talked about our budget and things we were doing going forward, our tax rate. We touched on our ESSER money, our CARES, and those kind of things, but I wanted to give you more fleshed out information as we move forward. Oh, since it's superintendent comments as well, you may not know, but one of our former board members, Mr. Gary Burr, was appointed to fill out the seat of Senator Aaron Houchin, serve out the balance of this calendar year, so I thought that was worth mentioning here. She resigned to run for Great Hollywood. Along with about 10 other people. I thought that was very interesting. Congratulations, Gary, as a former board.
And the former county councilman.
And a former, well, yes, and a former county council. And I'm excited for what's going to come forward in terms of band. Congratulations to Mr. Pearson, our athletic department, on a very successful, I thought, sectional. We got a lot of compliments on it. The IHSA radio was complimenting our floor and our facilities and our fans. And we even got a shout out to our maintenance guys for their work on Saturday trying to get all that ice off the parking lot.
They say anything about our new bathrooms?
No. I will say this, in terms of the bathrooms, it was a full house, then it turned into a royal flush.
Oh.
How often do you get to work that into a board?
Too often.
All we need though are some signs above those 2 doors.
Yeah, we get that. I noticed that too. They were utilized, so I will do that.
Board member communication?
Can I go first?
Go ahead.
I'm not going to steal anyone's thunder, but Miss Reed just gave me a thank you card from a lieutenant colonel in the United States Air Force. And Ms. Reed, I hope I'm not butchering this, but I'm going to read the card regardless.
Okay.
But this was something that you had coordinated through students at the school
And with Kellen's imprint.
and with Kellen's. They sent us a thank you card. So I'm going to read the card and put this on the record. Hello, Ms. Reed and students in North Harrison High School. A huge thank you for the care package you sent to our unit here in the Middle East. We thoroughly enjoyed every last goodie. We are a small but mighty unit deployed to an air base in the Arabian Gulf, the finest expeditionary air medical evacuation team around. Our job is to ride on any aircraft of opportunity and provide medical care to any service member, coalition force, Department of Defense civilian, or even a military working dog. It can be challenging in receiving care packages from supported people back home. It means so much. Thank you for taking the time to gather all the sweets and treats and send them out. We are a fortunate group to have received your box. Thanks again, Kay Good, Lieutenant Colonel, United States Air Force. Thank you, Ms. Reed. Thank you, Joe and Kellen's imprints. Thank you all. I think that is amazing. And Ms. Reed, thank you for letting me, letting me use this, read this, and then read it in our school board meeting. And that's all I have.
My turn? Okay. I just want to touch on a couple things. First of all, I'd like to send my condolences to Tammy Zabel and her family and all of her Morgan family. I know they're really going through it right now, and I just feel for them. I would also like to switch gears a little bit and congratulate our wrestling boys. There's two of them, correct? That's going to semi-state qualifications. So congratulations on that for those two fellas. Parking lots, yeah, they look great. Have to give it up to our maintenance guys for getting that done in crunch time, actually, because they didn't have a whole lot of time to get them clean. And for no one to get hurt, injured, slip, or fall, that's pretty good news. Snow days. Last week, Thursday and Friday. I think that was definitely the right call as far as getting everyone on e-learning, going that route instead of sacrificing buses, students, teachers, staff. Times have changed since way back when. So now that we have the e-learning stuff, I hope that we utilize that. And in saying that, students need to realize that e-learning days are e-learning days. It's not vacation days. Just keep that in mind. I know I've had a couple of complaints about some things that's not done. I like to hold the staff accountable for checking on those students who don't get their work done. That's very important. There's no excuse unless you have no internet. And at that point in time, I would hope that somebody would reach out and we could figure something out about how those students could get their work done. So that's all I'm going to say about that. And then Dr. Richards, I would like to know or have an update about our elementary playground. You got anything?
Actually, I'll communicate with parents today. We have not heard back from the grant yet. We anticipate that in the next in the coming, but I am chasing that down. Actually, that question was asked of me today as well, and we're actively pursuing just a timeline for the foundation is going to get that information.
Okay.
But I'll communicate that back out to all. I don't know, in all honesty, I don't know what their timeline is for the next meeting. I had thought that we would hear something. I thought we would hear something.
Yeah, it seems like it's taken an awful long time.
But the shelter is.
Shelter looks good. It does. It looks really good. And once those guys started on that, it didn't take them 2 or 3 days, and it was up and under roof. So I'm very proud about that. That's going to come in handy for the kids. One more thing, Chrissy, I'll turn it over to you. I want to thank the bus drivers. Did I do that the first time around? I want to thank the bus drivers during the winter weather last week. I know it was kind of tricky out there. It seems like everybody got the kids safe to school. And I appreciate that. Appreciate the teachers as well. All right, I'm done.
All right, thank you, Eric, for mentioning the bus drivers. I know that it's a huge accomplishment to get everybody to and from and weather. Thank you for mentioning the shelter too. I was going to say something about that. I do want to thank Dr. Richards for getting, is it reflective carpet or tape that is in the auditorium now?
That is actually carpet planks. It's similar. The others are the 22-inch squares.
Right.
These actually run the length of all planks. And so, I mean, it was tedious to install them, but hopefully, and I know they may not be the most attractive. It's kind of growing on me there in the auditorium, but trying to prevent trip hazards in there. They certainly can't miss the edge and step now.
No, and for the public that is online that maybe, does not know what we're talking about, our auditoria, it's a auditorium cafeteria in the high school, has steps, and the carpet is all one color as well as the edging. So we were having some issues with when we had like a chili dinner or something in the auditoria. Unfortunately, people were tripping and falling. The high schoolers know the steps, but adults new into that area did not. So we had some falls. Fortunately, no true injuries. So I brought it up to Dr. Richards, and he was able to get some reflective carpet put on those edges, so hopefully people will be able to notice the steps now. I also like to take the time to acknowledge some of the accomplishments of our student body. The Lady Cat swim team, the Cougar swim team, both won Mid-Southern Conference titles. I know the Lady Cat swim team, I think, came in 5th overall in sectional. Eric was kind enough to mention the wrestlers. Those are both seniors. Seth Kendall and Parker Rhodes, they're going to semi-state this Saturday, so that's a huge accomplishment. The choir, I read, had several gold soloists that they're going to state along with the senior ensemble and barbershop quartet. So congratulations to them. A couple weeks ago, the Winter Guard had their first competition, in-person competition in 2 years. And they got second in their division, so congratulations to them. I guess we're having a tri-state competition here at North Harrison this Saturday for the Winter Guard and Winter Percussion, so I want to wish them all the luck with that too. So thank you, Ms. Reed students, for attending tonight, and have a good night.
Thank you all very much, and I want to reiterate what what Dr. Richards said about Mr. Pearson and all the people who helped out at the sectional. I was fortunate enough to be able to attend all the games and thoroughly enjoyed all the good play, but I'd always see the same people just about doing all the different jobs, and that's good that they all showed up and helped him out. It was run really, really well, and the IHSAA always compliments us, baseball sectionals or whatever we do. We really get good compliments on that, and a lot of it has to do with all the help that Mr. Pearson does and all the hard work he puts in. So thanks to everyone, and thank you for mentioning all the good sports and all the good band and performances and everything, because I had forgotten a couple of those things. Okay, I'm done.
Just real quick, I want to congratulate Rick and Robert. I had the opportunity to work with them in the high school for quite some time. We're losing just two amazing teachers, but more so just amazing people who've been dear friends. So I'd like to congratulate them and wish them nothing but the best as they move forward. But you're not going to find two finer guys, so it'll be very difficult to replace them. But we'll do it. But just want to wish them the best.
Thank you. Are we ready? It is recommended that the meeting be adjourned at 7:35 p.m. May I have a motion to adjourn the meeting? Motion's made by Mrs. Gunter. May I have a second? Seconded by Mr. Stroud. All those, all those for adjournment, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0.
guys.